everybody. My name is Maria. I'm actually from Venezuela. I used to be in Houston. I went to college at U of H. And then I came here to Mexico because I'm also half Mexican. I started running for two reasons. One of them not being the greatest reason now that I know that it's not the greatest reason, but I started running because my dad died and I needed an outlet, and also because I wanted to lose weight. It was like, I hated running. I used to do 5K, 10Ks. I don't know if the Run Houston series is still going on, but I used to do the 5Ks and the 10Ks over there. But I will start running. I will not train for those races. Then race day will come, and I will obviously not have a good time, and then I will stop running altogether because I couldn't understand why people liked running. So when I got here to Mexico, I started running. I started understanding why people ran. Because it was not, I guess, it's not a sport that you like when you first begin. It's hard. It's horrible. You have to do it outside because inside it sucks. Um, but then I started finding like a way to connect with myself through running, and connect with my body because again um the first thing I started is because I wanted to lose weight, and I've been on the weight loss wagon for all my life. And I realized when I started running that I didn't need it to lose weight to be strong, that I didn't need to lose weight to be fast or to be resilient and to do amazing stuff. um then here in Mexico, they have kind of like the Run Houston series, but they call it splits. They're sponsored by Adidas, and I started doing them to do my first half marathon, which was the Mexico City half marathon. And I just started, vlogging my journey as a very regular average pace runner, because I've been running since 2023. I still consider myself, and I still am, a very average pace runner, and there's nothing wrong with that because we're still completing the half marathons, the 10Ks. I mean, the distance remains the same no matter if you do it. Oh, I forget you do it in miles, but I don't know what's a fast mile pace. Like nine miles per, yeah. And then like a regular, what's a regular pace in miles? Oh my god. Well, like
I think fast is like 9 to me, it's perspective, right? Fast is like
okay,
9 to 12.
Yeah.
I mean, a mile, sorry.
okay. So let's just say, yeah, I have no idea what to do, how to do the conversion, but either way, I have friends that are very fast. They're still completing, a half marathon. I'm still completing the half marathon, even if I'm not getting there at the same time as them. So it still has some recognition. And well, when I started vlogging, Adidas contacted me because they wanted me to try like some clothing and stuff. Nothing, not it was like a PR box. They stopped contact. Like I never talked to them again up until last year in January when they contacted me again, and invited me to be an ambassador. They did expand their program because they created a campaign called "Every Pace Has a Place," which basically embodies what a runner should be, and how what the running community should be. Like, no, it doesn't matter, the pace you're going, you're still getting there. It's still gonna take effort, and I I see. So I ran a 30K last month, and it took me 4 hours to do it. I did it took me a long time. But I still ran a 30K. Not a lot of people do that. And I think that philosophy that every pace has a place helped me embrace also that it doesn't matter if you're fast or not, you're still a runner. And then I've been an ambassador all this time. I've done two half marathons, two 30Ks, a bunch of races. Because one thing is that once you start racing, you want to do it all the time. You just have to be able to take care of yourself, go through physiotherapy, um, make sure you're taking care of your body, stretching, because if not, you're going to get injured. That happened to me my first year running. I wanted to be in every race, and then I started having pains where I didn't know I could have pains. So it's like super important to be able to take care of your body and nourish it and give it I wouldn't say the right amount of sleep, because I also work. I work I have my 9 to 5, and sometimes my nine to five takes priority, and that's something I told Adidas when they signed me as an ambassador. Like most of the ambassadors, they live through sports. That's their income. That's where they get their money from. But I work 9 to 5. Sometimes I'm not gonna be able to go to races. Sometimes I'm gonna have to prioritize sleeping and spending time with friends and spending, going out for a drink. Like sometimes I'm gonna have to prioritize my life, my personal life, because at the end, I think we all do this because we want, you know, better mental health. We want to achieve different goals. We want to get places and do things, but not necessarily because we're gonna get paid through this. Um, like, because and when also to get like to build community, because that's one thing. When I started running, I started doing it by myself, and then I decided to join a running club, as you all have as well. And that's when like my perspective of I do this and I suffer changed to I do this and I'm having fun. Because I don't know, I know a couple of y'all followed me on Instagram. um and I don't know how to translate it, but my bio says like, let me see if I can translate it. But I'm an I let me see how to translate it. But it's basically a high endurance sport. Like, let me translate it. Give me a second. Uh, a ver. Like it's like an endurance athlete, but it would be like high suffering endurance athlete. Because even though I like it, I suffer a lot when I'm training for, or when I have next week. Next week is the Mexico City Marathon. I've never run a marathon. I'm actually very new to that. I don't think I believe that to be in order to you be mentally ready to run a marathon, you have to want to run a marathon, and I don't need to right now. I'm like I'm dipping my fingers in everything else. Because in 2 weeks I'm doing a trail race. I highly recommend you do trail racing. um it's a different pace, it's a different environment. You can stop and watch, the birds, the bees, the environment, take beautiful pictures. And it's definitely do it if you have the chance to. um but yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm not used to like telling the story.